What is going on, you guys? My name is Jacob. I'm the owner of Limitless Transformation Coaching, which is a fitness coaching business where we help leaders transform their physiques. And for the last 10 to 12 years of my life, I've been helping people find purpose in the area of their health and fitness. And one of the things I found along the way is that some people, maybe they have a great job, maybe they have a lot of things in the physical world seemingly figured out. But that doesn't mean that someone has a deep sense of purpose. It doesn't mean somebody has things that they're passionate about. And some people value that, some people don't. I imagine if you clicked on this video, there's some areas of your life you'd want to improve. Maybe you want to find more purpose, more passion. You want to find a reason for being here. Maybe you're just starting your career and you want it to be meaningful to you. Maybe you want to leave a job and start a business. Maybe you've exited a business and you're twiddling your thumbs with hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank account and you don't know what's next for you. And so all I want to do, as somebody who I feel I have a deep sense of purpose, and for me having a purpose is very critical in me getting up in the morning and having energy. And I don't wake up many mornings dreading my life. Actually, I make up zero mornings dreading my life. I wake up with excitement. And if I can give some of that enthusiasm and maybe give you a step-by-step process to have some of that in your life, I would think that would be a massive win. So let's dive into this. I kind of just wrote these things organically the other day as I was thinking through what has really helped me. And so let's dive in. The first thing is get a clear mental image of who you want to be. You have to realize you're a creator. Okay, I don't know if you're religious or not. My personal belief is that I was made in the image of God, that I was made to be able to do incredible things. Now, that means if you believe that, then you get the opportunity to live that out. You get the opportunity to create whatever reality you want. And when I was younger, I had insecurities, I had fears, I had things that I knew I needed to face, but I didn't have the courage to face. So I'd write goals down of who I wanted to be. How does that version of me look? How does he move? How does he speak? How does he show up for the things he says he's going to do? You could be in any spot right now and just decide, here's who I am, and begin to affirm that to yourself. I'm not talking about screaming affirmations into a mirror. Maybe that could be helpful too. I'm talking about really designing who you are, what's meaningful to you, what you want your fitness to look like, what you want your love life to look like, what you want your financial circumstances to be, and get clear on that. Get really clear on that. So that's step one. Get a clear mental image of who you want to be. When I was younger, just to add a little bit here, I wanted success. I wanted to be speaking on stages. I wanted to make millions of dollars. I wanted to be incredibly fit. I wanted to be jacked. I wanted to be like the action heroes I would see in movies. But then as you get older, people will begin to tell you that that's not possible. That's not realistic. And so make sure whatever it is you're designing is meaningful to you. You don't even have to overthink it. Just trust your gut. And as it comes up, what you want, be sure not to judge it, but to just accept it and write it down. Which brings me to step two. Start telling the truth. Growth requires transparency. If you want something, but you're not willing to be authentic with what that desire is because you're afraid of what you would think of yourself or what others might think of you, that's not a really strong foundation for building an excellent life. And if you're watching this video right now, again, I'm presuming you want to live an excellent life. Why wouldn't you? We only get one of them as far as we know. I think one of the reasons we don't tell the truth is because of pride. Especially as men, I think it's common to be like, I don't need help, I can do it on my own. That's prideful. I started spending time early in my training career around successful people, around business owners, around executives. And it became very clear that these people are very interested in learning, very interested in acquiring new skills. And one of the ways that they fast track their growth and become who they are is through hiring coaches, is through asking other people for help and accountability, to leverage what somebody else knows. And when you're younger, or when you're on the way up, you want to be perceived as already had made it. Or I want to look like I'm real cool. I got it all together. I used to struggle with that incredibly, and it kept me stuck. If you want to grow, you have to learn how to tell the truth to yourself first, and then to others, and then to the world. Because ultimately, if you have these goals, if you have this version of yourself you want to be, you have to begin living that. You have to begin talking about it. You have to begin doing. And if you don't have that relationship with yourself internally, where you do tell the truth, and then externally where you tell the truth to others, it will limit you. It will really limit you. And I think one way to look at it is the most successful people are the ones who have figured out reality the most, which means they've been able to figure out true principles that exist in this world that will allow them to become successful and prosperous. So truth is necessary for that. And at first it's going to be difficult, because if you don't have a habit of telling yourself the truth and telling others the truth, then you have to learn how to do that. And this is a muscle, and it takes time to build. But the sooner you start, the better you'll get. Quick example of how this manifests when you don't tell the truth is I used to be very bashful about wanting to make money. I used to have a lot of negative association with making money. And so I wouldn't speak it out loud. I'd be like, I just want to help people, and I just want to work with these types of people. And I wouldn't just say the reality of the situation, which was, I want to make a lot of money. I want to help a lot of people. I want to help my family. I want my passion to turn into something that isn't just a passion, it's something that leads to profit because it serves others at a high level. And that leads to wealth. Like, I thought that people who made a lot of money were not good people. And so I thought if I was somebody who wanted to make a lot of money, I would be a not good person. And all that did was block me from growing my business and helping more people. So lying to yourself about what you really want, it does not only you a disservice, it does everyone around you a disservice. Because if you think about how that works in my business, for example, I'm in the service business. If I don't get clear on what I want and the amount of people I want to serve, then not as many people get help. Yeah, sure, we earn more money. Our business makes more money, but also we transform lives. And so by not getting clear on what I want, or having self-doubt around being able to accomplish it, what ends up happening? Oh, I don't help the world. I don't help a leader who's gonna impact thousands of lives get in shape because I'm playing small. So this is another part of telling the truth. It's not just like blatantly lying. It's getting very clear on what you want, accepting it, and going after it. 3, be patient. You want it, and you want it now, the success, the money, the relationships, but here's what you don't realize yet. You can't chase these things. These are things that come to you naturally as you become the person who naturally attracts them. We don't get in life always what we want. We get in life who we are, the actions that we take, the disciplines that we have, the way we show up for ourselves and others. You can go behind me and go.
I was gonna dump it.
See, I wanted that wife right there. Patience is required. Things don't just come automatically. Now, there's times where you'll experience tremendous waves of growth. When I think about the dramatic seasons of growth in my life, where let's say my business doubled in 1 month. Yeah, it doubled in 1 month, and we can look at that spike and be like, whoa, what happened there? Well, 10 years of intention, 8 months of rolling out a new system, a lot of time in laying the foundation for great things to happen. So patience is cool, because think about a relationship, right? If you don't know if the person you're dating is somebody who you want to marry, and you wait and you spend more time dating them, you do one of two things. You either further affirm that that is your person that you want to do life with forever, or you further affirm that they are not the person for you, and maybe you should get out before it's too late. So patience has plenty of benefits, and one of the most obvious ones that I can think of is it allows you to lay the foundation for the life that you're building, for the skills that are coming, and for the blessing that's coming your way. Number 4, serve others. When you're waiting, be patient, serve others. Try to bless those who need help, encourage those who are down, breathe life into the dreams of others. Maybe you've noticed the people who you look up to are the ones who tend to be the most giving to other people. They seem to be the most prosperous in the sense that they have time, energy, resources to give to others. When I think about the people who I really look up to, it's certainly true. They didn't get to where they are by stepping on other people. They got to where they are by elevating others. There's that, I was just looking it up the other day. There's that Coach Carter poem. The guy goes, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." And he goes on to say, and when we live in that light, when we live in our greatness, we unconsciously give permission to other people to do the same because we're liberated from our own fears. And every time I hear that, I get chills because that is the game. Yeah, it's about you and you overcoming, but it's beyond that. It's overcoming so you don't even think about yourself anymore and you just focus on the service of the people around you. You give to others. You're so content and aligned that everyone around you gets to benefit from that because you decided to get over yourself, to get over the fears that you have that are preventing you from doing what you know you need to be doing. We're liberated from that. And our liberation unconsciously gives others the freedom to do the same, the belief that they can do the same. A lesson I learned from my father. There's been several times when I was a kid that I would see my dad go out of his way to help a homeless person or to talk to somebody who looked like they needed a conversation or to tell a stupid joke at the cash register because the individual seemed down that day. Little things go a long way. While we're being patient, trying to get everything that we want, you got to spend that time doing something. And I think the best thing you could spend your time doing is serving other people. There's also the law of reciprocity, which is that if you want a lot, then give a lot. And the more you give, the more you serve, the more you will receive in return. Number 5, this one is, I think, the most important. So to recap, get clear on who you want to be. Begin telling the truth. Always. Be patient. While you're being patient, serve others. Use your strengths to give to those around you. And the 5th thing, surrender. This is a continual process. Your dreams will grow. Your desire for more will grow. This is okay. When you cling too tight, you create tension. Trust in the plan. There's a reason you have the vision you have. So surrender to the process. All the tension comes from clinging too tight, right? If you just fully let go and you let all the negative energy, all of the angst inside of you go, you'd be able to see a lot more clear that when you look back at your life, it's always worked out because it's brought you to this moment right here, right now. So what if you could live in every single moment in a surrendered state, knowing it's going to work out? Think about that. When you're grinding, when you're working, when you're building, if you were just doing that from a surrendered state, saying that I know there's a plan. I know that what I design and create and visualize and communicate about and am in alignment with will come my way. Then you could surrender. You could have fun. You could be at joy and at peace right now. Because once you get the money, once you get the 6-pack, once you exit the business, once you achieve anything in the material and physical realm that you want to accomplish, you know what you'll want? More. So how do you prevent that disease of wanting more all the time? Is you stay in a surrendered state, fully open, fully present, fully in love. Because, man, it's a miracle to be alive. It's a miracle to have breath in your lungs right now. On top of that, to have health. On top of that, to have arms and legs that are fully functioning. To be in this moment right now in history is a massive blessing. And there will be a lot of content you could consume that might tell you the opposite in shows, in movies, in the news. So create your own story, create your own show, create your own movie where you get the opportunity to really live fully in your purpose. I do hope this is helpful. I'm passionate about this topic because it makes me happy to see other people on fire. It makes me happy to see other people going after what they want. I guess there's nothing left to say but go get it. Love you guys. Go find your purpose. Use some of these steps. If this was helpful, comment down below and go be great.